we expect him to keep his campaign promises. We expect Marty, and he expects himself to reach and make sure that we're not having an achievement gap in Boston, to make sure that there's affordable housing, to make sure people have ways to get into the middle class, to make sure the middle class is stronger, to make sure that Boston has affordable housing. I mean, these are the things that we expect and that he expects, which is more important.
John, you don't know who Marty's going to choose for what post, but if he were to ask you, would you love to work in a Walsh administration?
Not only do we not know who he's going to choose for what post, we don't know what posts are going to exist. Marty keeps talking about a 21st century government. He keeps talking about a new way to govern in Boston and a new city hall. So I'm not sure what posts are going to be there, and so I'm waiting to see. So I'll reserve that.
You're in City Hall. You can tell us what department heads or what commissioners you might kind of abolish or change.
That wasn't even good to trick me. No, the process begins today, right? We have a mayor-elect, hasn't been sworn in yet, in the process of putting that together. I'm just grateful to be part of a team. It's a team of 6, counting Mayor-elect Walsh, a team of 7. It's going to grow. It's going to continue to grow. Specifically, the question that was posed that Charlotte answered around communities of color. Also, it wasn't just that the 3 of us were supporting Mayor-elect Walsh. It's if you look at the vote totals, the communities of color supported Mayor-elect Walsh overwhelmingly, and we're proud of that. We're proud that they chose the same candidate we chose, but that's because he's the one committed to poverty. He's the one committed to closing the achievement gap, as John said. He's the one committed to dealing with crime in our neighborhoods and health in our neighborhoods and all those effects, and that's why we're there.
And he has extended an invitation to people who have not perhaps had an opportunity to participate in government to be able to join, city government, and that is very exciting. And he has made a commitment that at least, his cabinet will be at least 50% people of color. That is important, not just because it's a number, a quota or something like that, but because it means that he's saying everyone is invited to participate in a Walsh administration. So we're all really, really excited about that.
I'd like to answer it now once and for all. I have not had a conversation, I know Charlotte has not, I know John has not, conversation with Mayor-elect Walsh on whether or not there will be an employment for us, particularly as individuals within his administration. I've supported many candidates for political office. I do it based on values and what they believe in, and if I believe them when they say that. And Marty Walsh is a good man with a good heart who believes and loves this city and wants this city to move forward and wants everyone to have access to opportunities. I don't need a job with the Walsh administration to support somebody who believes that. And that's what I believe in. And so I know I'll get the question again. I know Charlotte will. I know John will. I know that Mayor-elect Walsh will. But that's the answer, folks. The conversation about whether or not we have a job with the administration hasn't come up. But you know what has come up? How are we going to help create pathways out of poverty? How are we going to close the achievement gap? How are we going to make sure that 80% of the violent crime in our neighborhood that's happening in 3 neighborhoods in our city, how do we tackle that issue and not tell ourselves that it doesn't exist? How do we ensure that the public health is serious? That's what Charlotte and John and myself have been talking about. We talk about it amongst ourselves. We talk about it with Mayor-elect Walsh. That's what I told my supporters in the race why I was with Mayor-elect Walsh, and that's why I supported Mayor-elect Walsh and why I celebrated a victory the way I did.
Will any of you turn down a job, though? Will any of you turn down a job if you're offered?
There are some jobs I would turn down.
In the administration.